Also, if you want to be added to an in-game group chat, WD Guides, I'm going to recreate those chats because I miss them. I have some currently, but so many people have left the game that were from, like, my core group of people that started. So I'm going to redo it. Message me in-game. In-game name is Odin. And I will get you in, and we're going to restart those groups. We're going to get them going again. So if you want to get an invite, let me know, and, yeah, I will invite you. So you have those three. Then you look at the other dragons. Prospero. He has an extremely important weakness, which is if you can't kill the red mage, you're dead. And he doesn't have a unique utility that makes him, like, stand out, right? Cavaliers, he's a warrior, but he has that potential to set up bases. Sylphin, he's really good for cleanup. Pathox is just a beast overall. When you look at Prospero by himself, he doesn't have that utility. Sure, he is a great hunter. Probably anyone could benefit from him being in your roster, but in the end of the day, he is not going to be that much of a game changer for anyone unless you are brand new to the game. Because there are other hunters that are already out there that do the exact same thing basically and do it better. So, again, I'm speaking completely from a utility standpoint. Now, if you have no dragons whatsoever, and let's say you are starting the season right now, and you have no dragons, I would say go and start Prospero. Like, why not? Sure. Because if you're just starting out in the game, you're not going to be able to get far enough in these seasons to where you're going to be able to keep a dragon for a long time. So basically, you're going to get this guy, let's say, you know, any of these dragons, Prospero, Sylphin, or Cavaliers, you get him, like, to maybe his greenstone tops, and then you start next season and you try to get a dragon as far as you can. You're not going to be able to max out a branch just starting out. Like, that's just not going to happen. So, in my opinion, you know, for a brand new player into the game, Prospero or probably Cavaliers, realistically, is going to be the best. Because if you just start the game, Warriors are actually quite overpowered. I know I'm a sinner for saying that. Diamond players are going to hate me. But Warriors are quite overpowered at in-game and, like, really early game. So, out of the three, I would say Prospero, honestly, doesn't have as much utility. He has a great skill set, but I don't have a use for him. And I'm getting that same response from a lot of players who have all of them, that he just doesn't have a unique skill set to where it, like, outshines the other dragons. And Aristrat, I kind of like him. He has an interesting skill set, but the issue is that he doesn't have a way to dodge ice flak shots. Sorry, not ice flak shots. What's it called? One shot. There we go. I don't know. I was thinking about aughts, and then I was like, ice flak, because I saw ice flak. Sorry, he doesn't have a way to one shot stuff, or, like, severely increased amount of damage he can do to towers in bulk. This Inferno is kind of nice. It does increase his attack power, but against really high-level bases with really high-level towers with insane HP, I'm not sure if this guy is going to be able to take him out too easily. And Mystify does have a kind of decently long cooldown. Decently long? I don't know if that's a word or not. But it has a cooldown, which is unfortunate because if people can time their super shots right, it doesn't matter if he dodges the first set of mages, this next set will hit him. And then Harrowing Bolt is unfortunately a red spell, and it's random. So you can't, like, target, you know, let's say the one tower that's hitting you, and, you know, let's say it's a defended base, and everyone's out super shot, so there's just a mage and a dark flak left. Yeah, see, I'm gonna trick them. See, this is what I was doing. What you gotta do is you gotta say YOLO, and then make them think that they're gonna get something, and then they don't. You're welcome. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. He doesn't have that ability to just take out towers really quickly, and he doesn't have a really good way to dodge, which is quite unfortunate, but it's what, you know, it is what it is. So Aristrat versus Ani, for those who are curious, I think Ani is much better, in my opinion, at least, in terms of being a warrior. But yeah. Again, I'm kind of going all over the place with this, but overall in the season, if I was just a random player, you know, starting out the season and kind of new to the game, I would get probably Cavaliers or maybe even Somnus, because actually, if I'm completely brand new to the game, you are watching this video, this is the first time you've ever seen the game, actually start on Somnus, because you can't use these divines until you level up some. Somnus you can use right away, and he's not like a trash source or anything like that. That white spell at lower levels is going to be so overpowered, I don't even want to think about it. So Somnus for brand new players or really low level players, I think is going to be great. For mid-tier to late game players, I think you guys have a couple of choices. Either you've already started getting Pathox, which if you have, keep doing that. Get Pathox. Pathox is the best investment out of any of these dragons. Against Aristocrat, Pathox is so much better. But if, let's say you can't get Pathox and you have saved up your sigils this entire season, either if you're kind of like me and you have a decent base and you want to keep improving it, because currently right now I'm not even really working on like offensive gear, I'm just working my defense gear, and I'm maxing it out so I can get a really strong base, because that's currently I kind of have a really good base for my level because of my defensive gear, and that is my focus. I know a lot of players who are kind of like that. So let's say you saved all your sigils and you have enough to complete like 1.5 lines, I might go with Lorenzo. But if I'm a normal player, like kind of wanting a fun dragon to fly, I would say you kind of have some choices between Prospero, Cavaliers, and Sylphin. And out of those three, I would say for a really good Hunter Flyer, Prospero will be good, but realistically, majority of players are going to find the best use out of Cavaliers or Sylphin. Just being realistic. Because not everyone can fly hunters. Most people can't, actually. Most people can't. And I'm not saying I'm a great hunter flyer either, but Cavaliers and Sylphin both have utilities. But if you want to fly hunters, and I think everyone should be practicing, Prospero is a good choice. So what I'm saying, I think I've literally contradicted myself 20,000 times in this video. What I'm saying is all these dragons have a utility of their own, but Prospero is just the least interesting to me, if that makes sense. He is the least unique skill set, and he has the least useful. So I think you have some better options. So Somnus is probably going to be the worst out of the dragons. Again, I'm not talking about the riders at this point, just the dragons. Out of Somnus, Prospero, Cavaliers, and Sylphin, I would say Somnus is the worst. Prospero and Cavaliers, I would say Somnus and Prospero, and then Cavaliers and Sylphin are kind of like, that's the order in which I would rank them. And again, a lot of it depends on where you're going to be using them for. Am I going to use in war Sylphin against max level bases? Probably not. But if I am backing a guy who is a really good standard, which my team has some incredible players and amazing flyers, I probably won't use Prospero. I'll more than likely use Sylphin because he is a guaranteed one-shot. If I'm, starting up, obviously I wouldn't probably use Cavaliers, but let's say I'm a really low level, I'm starting a war attack, I'm going to use Cavaliers. Why would I use Sylphin or Prospero when they're both going to die? I'm going to use Cavaliers. So each of them has a different unique skill set for a different purpose. So kind of figure out where you are in the game and what dragons you already have. So let's say you have a dragon that is really good at, finishing bases, which is Neptus, if you have him. Neptus is amazing at it. Or Spindra, I think, or not, well, yeah, it was Spindra. Spindra is amazing at finishing up bases. So if you have those dragons, you don't really need Sylphin, if that makes sense. And Cavaliers, if you have, what's her face? What is it? Great. I can't remember her name, and she was like, oh, Kieran, there we go. If you have Kieran, he kind of does the same thing. It increases the damage for the next dragon. Do you really need Cavaliers? Probably not. But if you have, a bunch of good sources already, do you really need Prospero? Probably not. Oh, wait, I won. Yay. Yay me. Okay, then. So yeah. That is my personal opinion. A lot of it comes down to the way that you want to use the dragons. Again, if you want to ask me more personalized questions on this, please message me in game. I will add you to my group chats. And let's get these group chats going. I honestly miss it. The group chats were so much fun back in the day. That's kind of what got my channel started. And I've really missed it. I have a few, but they're kind of, there's like so many people that are inactive that it's just not enjoyable. And I just haven't had a lot of time for them. But I'm gonna try to make time. We're gonna restart kind of from scratch and see what we do. But yeah, so anyway, guys, hope this helped you guys out. If not, again, message me in game. I will be more than happy to help you out for any specific questions. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.